Yeah, right here, right here. Focus, focus. You focused? I hope so. Anyways, SUP The Knight. Should you play The Knight? Well, let's get right into it. The Knight in Dead by Daylight. Let's talk its design. Pretty cool. I mean, it's a knight in armor. I mean, the design, it's really cool. I don't know what to say much about it. I really love the armor. I love the design, the sword. It's really cool and all that. Except for its head. It just looks like a pigeon. I can't help it. It's just a pigeon head. Like, everything's cool about this guy, but the head, it just looks like a pigeon, and it kind of makes him funny and not that cool anymore. Now, there's this skin with, like, the hands. Like this. The hands are like that. I think that skin is really cool. There's like one or two more skins that are also really cool. But otherwise, most of the skins are a bit too much usually. Or like it doesn't entirely fit. Its lore, I think it's very confusing. You know, there were a lot of names. Well, there's few names and I just got them a bit scrambled. And I couldn't follow the story, to be honest. But I'm gonna try and tell it anyways. So the knight, as a child, didn't remember much of his childhood. He did remember, however, his entire village being murdered and burnt down to the ground. And the screams of death. So anyways, his mom made him swallow a big thick black thing, and then he collapsed to the hard floor or something and woke up in a mountain of bodies where he had to crawl out. You know, there was something there that happened to him. I don't know. You know, he wanted to chase that again for the rest of his life or something, and then he got caught by the other guys, by the bad guys, became a slave, and then fought his way to freedom and brutally murdered everything for freedom. He also had some other guys, one good in stealth, one good in, I forgot what it was, I'm sorry, and another one with a big axe or something. I swear I read this 2 minutes ago, I can't remember, I'm sorry. Anyways, he met 3 other people and he wanted to be free with them, but he was free, but they weren't, and then he wanted to free them, and then things went wrong, and then it didn't go well, and then they went to Italy, where he met someone. I think there was something with a stone and symbols and stuff, and the other guy wanted to know what it was, but he refused to tell, and then he got locked up, and then his friends and family murdered, and then he wanted to know what it all meant, but he wouldn't tell. But he also didn't want anyone else to know, so he wouldn't tell anyone else, so he was going to kill them. And then he went through with breaking stuff and trying to go kill him, and then he wasn't there, and then they escaped, and they were just killing everyone and everything there, I guess, and then the Black Fox scooped him up. Yeah, something like that. But the knight found what he was looking for, and I think it was just constantly murdering everyone. I don't know. Sorry, it's so confusing. Now for chase music, I'm gonna listen to it right now. The chase music works in 4 layers. The first one is 32 meters away, so the furthest away. Second one is 16 meters away. The third one is 8 meters away, which is really close. And then the fourth one is when they're in chase, they're right behind you, chasing you. So I'm gonna rank them all 4 and give my opinion about that. The first one isn't doing that much in my opinion. It's just some slightly static noise. Layer 2, they added a little bit of intensity, like a dun 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 dun. Which, you know, it's okay. But again, nothing remarkable. Nothing that reminds me of a knight or scary things. Now the third layer, they added something more to it, as they do. Something a bit more spooky, which fits more the pattern of the spookiness of the knight, you know. But still, it's not super intense or not super scary. But I do feel like it fits a little bit more. Layer 4 just sounds like normal DBD chase music, to be honest. Okay, if I would hear this, I would not be like, oh yeah, that's the knight's theme. It's not super special. Yeah, I'm not sold on the chase music. I think layer 2 was the best and it wasn't that great. Or even layer 3, I honestly don't even remember that well anymore. Which was literally 40 seconds ago. Anyways, is he fun to play? I think I'm supposed to say his power first. Yeah, his power. Let's talk about that. For his power, you basically have 3 ghost knights you can summon. I think you can summon them whenever you want, but they do have a cooldown, so once they're done, you have to wait a while before you can use them again. And also, whenever you use one of them, the other one that's already there, if there's one present, disappears. You have one that chases for not super long, but should be faster. It's like more of an assassin one. Then you have one that's more made for damaging generators or breaking stuff faster, and then you have one that patrols the area much longer, who stays much longer, so also chases much longer. It is more of a guard to guard certain generators or something. I thought, okay, very unique, very handy. You can choose between all the things, but honestly, I don't think it matters all too much sometimes when you choose it. So it feels like you can just choose whatever, and also, you know, if you just chose one of them and you can't use them again, you have to choose another one, which might not be as good for the situation, but you're gonna do it anyways. So usually you'll just start zoning survivors with your knights, waiting until your knights hit someone so you can down them. I think if you hit a survivor that's being chased by a ghost, the ghost also disappears. I think they should also drop a flag or something, and you can go back and grab that flag to also make the ghost disappear as a survivor, which I think is pretty handy. Although I don't know how yet. I've seen people do this and screw me over, but I've also tried it, and I don't know how they take it. It was right in front of a hooked survivor, so I wanted to like run over it and then unhook the survivor, but it kept chasing me, so I think you have to stop and interact with it. I'm not sure yet. You know, it was very intense because it was pretty close, so I couldn't just stop and then check, oh, what button do I have to press? So I would have to go against another knight and then see how that goes. So I'm not entirely sure yet how you interact with that power. Either way, you have 3 different ghosts. You usually just put the assassin one in chase, the big guy for breaking stuff, and the other for patrolling. Or you just put anyone in chase whenever you need to. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Was it fun to play? Well, at first it was okay, but it got a bit boring real quick. And as a survivor playing against them, it's also never really fun, to be honest. It could be on a gen far away and suddenly there's a ghost on top of you, or you're just being chased by the ghost and then run into the knight, or the other way around. And I'm not sure about this one. So should you play the knight? Well, if you have to save your iridescent shards, I say you can save them and try someone else out maybe. Because he's not that much needed to have fun in the game, I think. There's some people have a lot of fun with this killer apparently. But I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea, eh? Would I play him again? I mean, might try him every now and then. Just like I might try the skill merchant every now and then. But I'm not gonna play them as much as most of the killers I usually play. So if you have a lot of iridescent shards and you don't have anyone else to buy, sure, you can go buy him. Maybe if he's on sale. And then you can try him out. But if you don't like him, or you waited to buy him and then you found out he's the best killer in the game and you're kind of upset that I made you wait longer, I'm sorry, it's my opinion. You do whatever you want. Anyways, subscribe. The next one will be the next killer. The next one will be the dredge. Blah blah. Subscribe.